BuzzTweet Talk Radio do not own copyright for this copyrighted material, but under Section 107 United States Copyright Office, Copyright Act 1976, this video, the music and content it contains is for education and or entertainment purposes only.
All right, I know people have been sitting there, but I gotta bring this queen up here. BeeSparrow. BeeSparrow. I was keeping my eye on that sparrow sitting up there waiting to come on in. What's up, BeeSparrow?
What's up? Hey y'all, what's up? It's your girl BeeSparrow. I don't know if y'all can hear me, so I'm gonna check my sound right quick. I got my girl April Showers on the panel today, and we're gonna talk about some stuff today. What's up, April?
Girl, it's a beautiful day. Thankful for doing to you for allowing me to be on your panel.
Absolutely.
Thankful that we are still in a land of living. We are life survivors. And that's it. So who we talking about today?
Well, let me see how I'm sounding over here. I don't like how my mic is sounding. I think my mic.
There's an echo. You got too many tabs open.
Oh yeah. But I still think that I have it set. Let me go and hold it. Bear with me, girl. Bear. Audio. Mic check. Let me see something right quick. Wait a minute, y'all. Bear with y'all sister because I want my mic to be sounding nice. I don't know. Is that it? Wait a minute. Let me try something else.
You got a tab open somewhere.
Mic check. Tab open somewhere. Mic check. Can you hear me? I don't like that setting.
No, you got an extra tab, extra browser open.
No.
I think. Let me shut up because I ain't no expert at this. I'm brainstorming like you. I'm gonna mute my mic.
I think it's one of these settings. Mic check. That's it right there. That's the one I want. All right, I'm good. Let me mute my mics now. All right. Okay, so we're back. I have to remember that mic setting. It's the best sounding one. It's your girl BeeSparrow BuzzTweet Talk Radio. I got April Showers from the April Showers Network on the panel, and we're going to talk about some stuff today, honey. I'm just trying to tell you, but I do want to start out with these California fires that's going on over there in LA. Wow. Just wow. This is some serious stuff, y'all. This is some serious stuff. Celebrities are losing their homes. You got celebrities like Paris Hilton, Billy Crystal, JayZ Redick from the NBA. All their homes destroyed. I heard James Wood homes got destroyed, but around and saw that he said his house was still standing. I know the African Diaspora Network did a story on James Woods, how he was against Black Americans getting reparations. His house burned down. Go ahead, April. You got something to say? Go ahead.
Baby, let me tell you, Hollywood got a lot of karma. They've done a lot of damage to a lot of people. Starting from our racist especially and then with these kids. Y'all time is up. Whoever
Say it
been
again.
who y'all time is up. Whoever been warning Hollywood, all of you people up there, cause it's got to be a group of y'all. The time is up. The time is up. Is all I can say.
Well, according to these articles that I came across, some of these celebrities are saying that people are starting the fires. Now, the California police is denying that, but even Tariq Nasheed, I was listening to him last night. He said people were sending him videos of people actually setting fires. Now, why they are setting fires, I have no idea. Henry
Oh, I
Winkler,
got a darn good idea.
what's your
I
idea?
mean, well, um, there's a lot of hatred for Hollywood.
Mm,
Hollywood. Okay?
mm-hmm.
So if somebody can come up and get their revenge on Hollywood, what Hollywood has done,
Right.
they gonna do it, B.
And a lot of people, I came across this girl on TikTok. She don't believe that the Most High is judging. She said when the Most High judge, He's going to judge everything all at once. And I'm like, but what about Sodom and Gomorrah? You don't think that was judging? And she didn't say anything. But like I mentioned before, Los Angeles Lakers head coach JJ Redick lost his home in the fire. ESPN reported that. As the Lakers postponed their home game against the Charlotte Hornets. Mel Gibson told News Nation that he returned to his home in Los Angeles from Austin, Texas, to find it wasn't there. A Malibu home belonging to Jeff Bridges reportedly burned down near Candy Spelling's home. I guess I don't know who that is, but anyway. Rosie O'Donnell posted a video on TikTok showing damages to her, showing damaged structures along the Pacific Coast Highway in Malibu, saying that her home was gone. Also, cookbook author and TV host Sarah Lee, I'm sorry, Sarah Lee, thinking about some of that Sarah Lee lemon pound cake, but Sandra Lee said that she's staying in a hotel because her home is gone. This is serious. Paris Hilton, James Wood shared videos of his neighborhood as it became engulfed in flames and told CNN in a tearful interview he evacuated his Pacific Palisades home before saying it likely burned down. So I don't know whether his house is standing or still, or whether it's gone. Who else? Billy Crystal. I don't know a lot of these people, so I'm not even going to mention their name. Ricky Lake. Ooh.
Now, hold on for a minute.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, don't now don't get this twisted, y'all. I don't care who it is. I don't want to see nobody homeless.
Mm-hmm.
And these people, they are human beings. Some of them didn't ask to be born with the silver spoon in their mouth and have
Mm-hmm.
some of this stuff handed to them. They, but don't we pay for the sins of some of our ancestors sometimes?
That's what scripture says. That's what scripture says. If I'm not mistaken, I believe scripture says that.
Okay, I just want to make sure, because I have to check myself lately. I'm getting a little older. I'm a little slower now. I'm taking these medicines. I don't know if they didn't affect it, but I just want to make sure that I still remember the things that I read, of, of things that I know what's in the Bible and things that was taught. Like you don't want to walk like some of us are walking around carrying generational curses from our ancestors. Okay, that's all. Okay.
Tina Knowles had a. Let me see. Tina Knowles has some property
Girl, I
burned
wouldn't
down.
care if Tina knows. Now, see,
She has some
now
property
I need
somewhere. I can't remember.
the audience. I need y'all to know that there's certain people I don't like, and you're gonna find out why I don't like them. I do not like Tina Knowles for the simple fact is that she's always and they've tried to put her in this position to be the spokesperson for black people. And so I can remember one year I was outraged when she was trying to do um, a Father's Day tribute, and she was saying how she had the best son-in-law, which she was talking about um, her snake, the demons, the snakes, they all in his head. JayZ, and the opinion expressed this man. But when I sat there and I'm thinking, because see, us that's older, we know JayZ got kids out there. We know he ain't claimed his kids. Then your husband cheated on you. Now, don't get me wrong. Don't get me wrong. Now, see, I've never been married before. So I don't know how I would feel if I found out my husband had an outside child. But I do know that children did not ask to be bought into some of this mess. And we never hear in this type of behaviorist talk, because at the end of the day, that outside child that man had on you, that your husband had, that's still your daughter's brothers. So, and then I just think she did Richard Lawson so bad. I don't know, they can't talk about the details, but I've always liked him. And I just feel like he was done wrong. He can't even talk about the divorce, what happened. He can't talk about anything.
He got up
So,
out of there quick. That's all that matters. He happy as hell. He got up out of there quick, honey.
girl, honey,
He didn't waste
whoa,
no
honey,
time.
he didn't waste no time. No time. Get me away from this. And then, now, there is a saying. Now, we can sit up here all day long and act like they don't say. Them Creole people down there in Louisiana, they call them Geechee people, and they allegedly practice VOODOO. Cause I don't even know what I can say anymore. I can't wait till Trump get in office. So all of this, I ain't gotta watch what I say. So it's something that So it's some things I just never liked her. But okay, and then they're rich. Uh, do you know if the insurance will be covering these homes, or what?
I have no idea, but I do know Tina Knowles had some property somewhere. I can't remember where it was, but it was a beachfront property, and it was damaged, and the neighbors were complaining. I don't know if this is the property that went up in flames, but I remember the neighbors were complaining, and they wanted her to come and either knock the property down or fix it up. So I have no idea about these celebrities, so-called celebrities, but you would think that they so rich, but their fire hydrants don't have water in their neighborhoods. I mean, you living in a $300 million home, but your fire hydrants don't have water. In case of things like this, shouldn't
I
y'all
mean,
come together and put y'all monies together and try to get some water in those fire hydrants? Is that even possible? I don't know, but it seems like a lot of people are losing their property. A lot of people in in Los Angeles are losing their properties. Anthony Hopkins, John Goodman. It's just, and that's just a handful of people I'm naming. So I hope y'all get yourselves together. I hope y'all, make it through this. And I pray that the Most High protect his people. I just pray that he protect his people. And I mentioned that the police refuting that what the celebrities are saying about people setting the place on fire as the Los Angeles wildfires continue to consume part of Southern California, leaving homes destroyed and families displaced. Many are left wondering how this all happened. Authorities have deployed arson investigators to the Pacific Palisades to determine the origin of the blaze that consumed thousands of structures in the neighborhood. The cause of the fire remains unknown and it continues to be under investigation. But I think they have arrested someone they caught someone with a torch. I don't know if he was the one that started the fires, but some celebrities, the cause of the fire, some celebrities aren't buying what the Los Angeles fire chief is saying, that the cause of the fires remains unknown. And it seems like they are right. Singer Chris Brown took to Instagram stories and wrote, "Someone is starting these fires. The shit just don't add up." And these celebrities are taking to social media saying that these fires are being started. And like I said before, Tariq Nasheed said people even sent him video. Henry Winkler said the same thing. Someone is going around starting fire. So I don't know, sis. I hope they all
but
make it out okay.
every year there's wildfires in California.
Yep.
So why weren't they better prepared? See this whole water thing and all of
What
this.
I'm
Oh,
talking
that's
about.
right. Oh, that's right. You know, they're rich and powerful, and they just didn't think this stuff would ever touch them.
Right. I mean,
That's
you would
right.
think with all the money that these people have, especially living in $300 million homes, you would think that they would have done something by now to help safeguard their homes from these wildfires. But at the same time, if this is the hand of the Most High Yah, there ain't nothing that they can do. There's nothing that they can do. Anyway, moving on. I want to
All
talk
I
about.
know is every
Uh-huh.
year there's wildfires in California.
Yep.
Every year. So something ain't right somewhere.
Yep.
Something ain't right. So, um, you know, hey, um, anyway, y'all, Public Enemy had a song. Well, Chuck D, Ice Cube, and well, you know what? I'm not even gonna say the name because they might try to say it's too sensitive for the subject. You know, everybody's sensitive, but there was a song talked about with what's going on now. Hmm. Hmm. So we couldn't come in through the front. We never got no Oscars.
Mm.
No, we don't sit at the table with y'all. We y'all messing with children.
Mm,
That governor out there in California, hmm you know, some of the proposals that he had proposed for things to happen in California, it's a wonder California still standing, period.
right.
But
Mm,
when you have these type of conversations, you know, people don't think like um there's a higher power. Somebody's angry.
right.
Somebody mad.
Right.
Just ain't just ain't him neither.
Right.
Some of y'all better
Exactly.
go back and you better go back and apologize. Some of these people, y'all took everything from them.
Yep.
Some of these people, y'all walk past and turn your nose up at them.
Yep.
So some of them got to check themselves too. It's gonna be a humbling experience for a lot of them. A lot of them. And from what I'm being told, now from what I heard, they say they don't know if the insurance is going to be covering some of this because
Mm,
they have these wildfires every year.
mm.
Because they said there's like some parts of Florida and different places um, where you can't get hurricane insurance. When you're in these places where this stuff happens all the time.
I don't know why you would move there knowing that these things happen. I just
Yeah.
don't know.
B, have you ever been to California?
No, ma'am.
Um, I went. My sister and them took me the first time when I had breast cancer and I couldn't walk. My sister took
Hmm.
took me. My sister and her husband. My sister told me if I could walk again, they would take me on the vacation. It
Okay.
was so it was so beautiful.
Where did you go?
We went to LA,
Oh, okay.
but I knew I would never live in LA.
Uh-huh.
We went all up there in the mountains, girl, looking at them homes. And I was terrified because they already had the mudslides and stuff.
Right.
But it's beautiful. It's beautiful.
I bet.
It's beautiful out there. Yeah. Even down there, I even went into uh, that's where the Scientology place, the headquarters is at.
Mm. Mm-hmm.
And I went in there and took a tour of that. That was nice. Nice, nice, clean. Just like, I've been to, the Nation of Islam, they big mosque in Chicago. Nice places. I like to just see things. But
Right.
um but then we went down there to Skid Row
Mm. Now talk
and
about
saw
that. What was that? What was that?
Skid Row is where all of the homeless people live.
Oh, okay.
They call it Skid Row. And so many people went out to Hollywood to pursue their dreams that was destroyed by Hollywood. So some of them people, oh yeah, there's other people mad too. My theory. Some people, what was them songs? He's on his way, he's moving to Hollywood and all of that stuff.
Oh yeah. He's on his way. going to Hollywood.
Remember every, you know,
Going to
did you
Hollywood.
ever want to go to Hollywood?
No, no. I used to wanted to be. I used to wanted to pursue a singing career, but after a while, I was like, no, thank you.
Yeah.
After learning about the music industry, no, thank you.
Girl, wasn't we protected?
All
Cause,
praises to the Most High Yah.
girl, I think about, you know, Soul Train actually started in Chicago, Don
Mm-hmm.
Cornelius. Then
Mm-hmm.
they moved out there to California. I want to go be one of them dancers so bad. I'm so glad I never made it out there. I'm
Right.
telling you, because you need some strong guidance,
Right.
and you got to be a very strong person. It's too much temptation out there.
Right. Right. Well, speaking
Yeah.
since we're on the topic of stars and all this stuff, I want to talk about Diddy. And I didn't want to, I'm not following his trial or whatever, his situation. I'm not following that because I figure it's just too much. But I came across this Rolling
No,
Stone
yeah.
article that said that Sean Combs' mother threw actually say, now I'm talking pig Latin. If you know, you know, figure it out,
Hmm.
sound it out. Actually say charged parties at his childhood home. Now, this is what Diddy friends claim that P. Diddy's mother, when they were young, used to throw childhood parties that were actually say charged. And this is according to Rolling Stone now. I ain't saying it. I'm just, reading what came across my timeline the other day, right? It says it wouldn't be a thing to mistakenly walk into one of the bedrooms and you got a couple in there butt naked. That's what Combs' childhood friend Tim Patterson claims in a new documentary. You want to say something
Well,
before I continue?
much as I hate to say it, you didn't make the bed. It's a possibility. It's a possibility
Don't
that
say it.
it
Don't say
probably
it. Don't say
that
it.
it probably was going on. You know,
Ooh, child.
some of these people grew up with that type of environment. You know, you can look at um, everything that we know about R. Kelly. All of these different people. Uh, a lot of people that this is what they grew up on. Like some people grew up with families that gambled, and we thought that it was normal to have car parties on the weekends and stuff.
Mm-hmm.
And so
Mm-hmm.
we can't say it's not possible. And hey, you know, we did what we had to do, rent parties, everything back in the day to make it. So
So
I
apparently Janice
remember.
did too, because it says that her Janice, which is Diddy's mother name, will often throw wild parties at the future music mogul's childhood home, where it wasn't uncommon to walk into a room where adults were having sex, honey, XA. One of Combs' longtime childhood friends said in a new documentary, he said, that's what we were privy to. This is what we were fed. Hip hop producer Tim Dog Patterson says in Diddy, The Making of a Boy Band, which will premiere on Peacock. Oh, I think it premiered Tuesday. I want to see that
Oh
on
yeah, we're
Peacock.
gonna have to watch that. But check this out, B. I found out in Joliet they had a brothel,
Mm,
and I had an uncle. That's where he got one of his women from. Like he met, and you know what a brothel is.
Yes, yes.
And in case anybody don't know what a brothel is, the brothel was the whole house.
A whole
Okay,
house, pretty much.
you know, but they had a proper name. You know, you go get all your services met.
Right.
So at first, when I heard the story, I said that old woman wasn't doing that. Then I thought all this stuff been around. It's been around now.
Right.
Really have.
Right.
But yeah, honey, some of these men done took some of these women. Thank goodness, you know, they loved them and they knew they were good women and they knew they was trying to do some stuff to make it. And so, you know, they took them out that lifestyle. But I hope, you know, they didn't have to pay a price because, you know, some men thought they might have been paying Captain Saver a hoe. Yeah, you know. But yeah, it, we can't rule out nothing big when it comes to our people.
That's true. We used to could do that. We used to could say, "No, that ain't us. We don't do stuff like that." But not
Mm-mm.
anymore. We can't now.
Uh-uh. Uh-uh.
Sad, but
We took
true.
car parties, rent parties, baby. You know, gambling in one room, the dope in another room. I mean, it is what it is. You know. So, unfortunately, and so, hey,
So this
I made
Diddy,
mistakes.
the making of the bad boy Diddy, it's gonna be um they're gonna show it on Peacock on Tuesday. This article was written on the 9th, so it must be this Tuesday coming up. So this guy that's telling everything, Tim Dog Patterson, he said that, like he said before, any given day you could walk into a bedroom and see adults doing the hanky panky, butterball naked. He said, was it desensitizing us? He said, I'm sure it was. Were we aware of it? No. That was just Saturday night. So that was
Right.
just Saturday night when they walked in and would see adults performing or doing adult things. He said he used that alleged childhood memory as a possible explanation on how Combs found himself at the center of a federal racketeering and sex trafficking investigation where he's accused of forcing his ex-girlfriend, hold on one second, y'all, excuse me. Yeah, sorry. Where his ex-girlfriend, Cassie Ventura, to participate in filmed drug-fueled encounters with male sex workers that Combs allegedly dubbed freak-offs.
Girl, Diddy was damn evil. Diddy was gonna make it any kind of way by any means necessary. And he didn't care how he was gonna do it. Because like I said, there were people that went there to them parties that did not even drink, do drugs. People that went to them parties. This man had drug inducing chemicals in the paint, the hand sanitizer, anything for you to have your mind altered so he will be able to have something on you so he can get what he wanted. Some of them people didn't even know half the stuff they did. You got innocent people that were just there. Now, the adults that was grown, you know, if they wanted to be freaks, but messing with the kids, should have been off limits to him. But he was a control freak. See, you got some people, they want you to dance to their music. And I believe he put a lot of people in compromising positions. He did that. So he would have something on them. He
Unbelievable.
wanted he wanted to, some people are just control freaks. If you don't do what they say do when they want you to do it, they mad. They think the world revolves around him. I think he was one of these. I think he was a control freak. I think by any means necessary. Yeah, he knew the game, B. That's why he did what he did. Because some of those people were innocent people, and now they're getting ready to be. Those are the ones that's cooperating. They like, oh, such and such might be on the case, such and such. No, it wouldn't surprise me, because that's what kind of dirty dog he was. He was dirty. He wanted to have stuff over people so they could dance to his music.
Diddy is
That's just
also
my theory.
facing nearly 40 civil lawsuits from men and women alleging that he had preyed upon them between 1990 and 2024, just last year. Pleaded not guilty to the three criminal charges against him. Combs' legal team has categorically denied the claims made against him in civil lawsuits. Mr. Combs has never SA or XA trafficked anyone,
Oh my.
man or woman, adult or minor, they said in a previous statement. So,
You
Pastor,
know what?
go ahead, sis. Go
People,
ahead.
how long have people been talking about Diddy and JayZ? How long has Jaguar Wright? How long these bodyguards? People been telling us, and they made us think these people was crazy.
Speaking of Jaguar White, right? I saw a headline article that says that she's wanted in
Oh,
Dallas.
girl, yeah, she been, she's supposed to didn't show up in court.
Mm.
Jaguar Wright is a woman that I really, man, I have grown to really like her more and more because if you sit back, she had a lot of sense. She'll tell you she was out here, she made her mistakes, she did what she did. Then, see, this why Hollywood burning because some of them people that was out there that these people threw to the wolves out there, you know. So by any means necessary, they had to do what they needed to do to survive because they wasn't light skinned or they didn't dance to your music or they saw something that traumatized them really bad. But wait a minute, B, do they talk about Al B. Sure? Al B. Sure coming clean. Al B. Sure said there was a book that Kim Porter wrote that book and he tried to poison him.
If I'm not mistaken, I think he's going to be in this documentary too. If I'm
He
not
is.
mistaken.
He's come out. Remember, they were trying to say, oh, it wasn't no book. She wasn't writing no book. Al B. Sure said, yes, it was a book.
So this new Peacock documentary, it dives into Combs' childhood and early adolescence, speaking with Mount Vernon childhood friends, early Uptown record colleagues, and Howard University classmates, turned hitman, music producer Ron Lawrence. Lon Amon Ra Lawrence. Combs grew up in Mount Vernon, New York, a suburb on the fringes of Upper Manhattan. Janice had moved her young family there after Combs' father, Melvin, was unalived in 1972. A known associate of Harlem drug kingpins, including Nicky Barnes, Willie Abraham, and Frank Lucas,
Frank
Melvin
Lucas,
was
yeah.
found shot twice in the head, slumped over in his car. That's Diddy's daddy,
Because
Melvin.
he was.
Yeah, he was
Ooh,
involved in those gangsters back in the day. Nicky Barnes, Willie Abraham, and Frank Lucas. They found Melvin slumped over in his car. Man, this is some NCIS mess, honey.
girl, but you know what, B? I
Mhm.
might have to start giving the little man a little sympathy now.
And why is that?
Because sometimes we don't know what this boy done saw. We don't know what his daddy told him when he was a little boy, riding him around going to pick up the dope money and allegedly. I might have to start giving him a little sympathy.
It seemed like Janice was off the hook because she kept the details of Melvin's grisly murder from her young son, intent on providing him an
Yeah,
identity.
because I think
Now,
think he went to Frank Lucas, didn't Frank Lucas? Because he told him he wasn't gonna tell him. He just said the father was on the line, but they say
right,
the daddy was a snitch. He was working with them people.
right. Yep.
Oh boy. Well, y'all,
It says that,
the more
says
the
that,
more I think about how we don't talk about trauma, we don't deal with trauma, how all of the bad stuff was glorified. I might have to give the old boy a little pass now, B.
well, check this
Not
out.
a pass for all the way.
This article goes on to say Combs was always dressed to the nines, and as a result, he was looked at as a rich kid, according to Patterson. He says he played a little he played little league baseball, served as an altar boy, and made the football team at his all boys private Catholic high school. But Combs' peers could smell he was not tough, and Patterson claimed that Combs was badly bullied as a kid.
Check this out. He went to a Catholic.
That's what it says.
Oh
Catholic
Lord,
high school, all
I hope
boys,
them tweets.
all
I hope
boys,
them tweets. Oh my God.
all boys,
D,
all.
I might have to have some sympathy for him because we don't know. Well, we do know now what these priests was doing. Allegedly, we got to
Mm.
say alleged. That might have been all he knew. Oh Lord, have mercy. Oh
Mm,
boy.
mm, mm.
I want the audience to know I am a woman. I am a mother. I am for love. I might cannot say that Diddy is such more more so we don't know what happened to him as a child. You got a daddy running around with the gangsters of New York. A mama doing whatever she had to do by any means necessary because if the boy was if his father was unalived, that costs money to send kids to private schools. And we don't know. Whoa, oh, B. Oh, wow. Now I'm over here. I may have to look at him all differently now, y'all. And I'm woman enough to say that. If you look into this deeper, coming from our hood, where we had to do whatever we did to make it, and this woman wanted him to get a good education, thinking about sending him to a Catholic school. She was doing everything and sending him to the devil itself. Because we know what these priests are known for. Oh, boy.
Well, it's sad. It's sad. It's sad that I'm sorry that he was bullied, but like you said the other day, I had a rough life.
Me too.
I ain't out here beating people up and SAing
Right.
people, and So back to this article, because this is interesting to me. This dude
Okay, yeah,
said there
keep
was
going.
always.
But not like I'm saying he off the hook. But again, some people are walking around with the demons of their folks. Okay. All right, let me mute my mic. I'm listening. Oh boy, I don't know. I don't want to like him. I don't like Diddy. And we all have had trauma. Any black person in any, what is it, foundational black America, any foundational black American, we all had trauma. Okay. I'm muting my mic, B. I'm listening. Keep reading.
Okay, this article goes on to say that Janice would frequently throw parties at home. On the weekend, Combs partied in the house, and this guy said they did that a lot. He said he was around all types of alcohol, reefer smoke, drug addicts around, lesbians around, homosexuals. He was around pimps. That was just who was in our house. People that attended the parties were from Harlem, from the streets. It wouldn't be a thing to mistakenly walk into one of the bedrooms and you got a couple in there, butt naked. This is one of Diddy's childhood friends saying this now. DJ Easy Lee Davis, also of Mount Vernon, who was he was close with Combs and spun for Mary J. Blige in the early years, noted that while he never attended Janice's parties, he had heard rumors about what occurred at the parties where everyone was welcome. Now we seeing where Diddy got these freak offs from. He grew up with freak offs in his own home with his mother. His father was a gangster, hanging around with Nicky Barnes and that Lucas dude and all them. What's his name? John Lucas and all of them. He was found unalive.
Frank Lewis. I think Denzel Washington portrayed Frank Lewis, who ended up being a snitch, a government informant. I'm gonna keep it 100. It's wet. Okay. Yeah. All right. I'm ready to order that Chinese food. Okay. Floor is wet. Back to my room. Okay. Sorry, B.
Yeah,
I guess.
We was talking about how Diddy's father used to hang with Frank Lucas and Nicky Barnes, and how he was found unalive. Willie Abraham, how he was found unalive. He was shot twice in the head. Diddy's dad was, that is. So a lot of Diddy's friends are coming out and talking about how they grew up. And they're talking about how Janice, who is Diddy's mom, used to throw her own little freak offs. And anybody was welcome. Talking about DJ Easy Lee Davis, who's close with Combs and Spun. He did some records with Mary J. Blige in her early years. Noted that while he never attended Janice's party, he had heard rumors about what occurred at the parties and how everyone was welcome. Janice had cool chicks that would come around, and she made sure everybody was comfortable, Davis explained. Combs previously mentioned having an early introduction to XA. That's for the pig Latiners out there. XA. Figure it out. If you know, you know. He had an early introduction to XA, frequently watching softcore porn and losing his virginity at the age of 12, replicating the rough moves he had been watching in adult videos. I was acting just like porn stars act. I was smacking that ASS. I was smacking the girls' ASS. He told Vibe in 1999. This is what Diddy told Vibe in 1999, honey. Girl. Ooh, child. He said, I didn't do it on my own. She wanted me to smack that ASS. I flipped her over because I saw it on the movie. And then she told me to do it again. Lord, today, Jesus. Lord, today, Jesus. Lord, today, Jesus. BuzzTweet Talk Radio do not own copyright for this copyrighted material, but under Section 107 United States Copyright Office, Copyright Act 1976, this video, the music and content it contains is for... Go ahead.
Well, you know, I didn't do everything I saw in the movies. I didn't do everything I saw in the movies. So now I'm back to, you know, like, nigga, there's a difference between, you know we was watching movies to real life. Now, if everybody did everything that they saw in movies, we would not. There would be a world, but there wouldn't be people in the world. My God. Oh. Well, I'm gonna tell you like this. I know a lot of people. You know, some people had that. I'm gonna do whatever it takes to make it. I'm gonna do whatever it takes, so my kids can go to a private Catholic school. Now I'm gonna tell you, that's when you told me that is where I had sympathy, considering what we know now, what the priests have alleged to have done. Well, what they have done. And so, you know, wow, who knows?
So
but
this
all I
article
know is,
this article
okay.
says, this article says the 90-minute documentary also includes interviews with singer Al B. Sure, whose real name is Albert Joseph Brown, who opens up for the first time about his acrimonious, decades-old relationship with Combs after the music executive aggressively pursued model Kim Porter. At the time, Porter was dating Brown and recently had given birth to their son, Quincy. Also speaking out for the first time is the band star Sarah Rivers, who details an unsettling experience with Combs while filming the MTV reality show Making the Band in the early 2000s. She says she haven't said anything in so long. Hold on, April. Take over right quick. So yeah, anyway, I can't wait to see this. When I think about making the band, I think about how he sent those people, I think to Harlem. They was in Manhattan. He made them walk to Harlem or either the other way around just to get some cheesecake. Came to find out the cheesecake was for Beyonce. I ain't want to gossip, but that's what I heard. That Beyonce was in the studio that night. She wanted some cheesecake, and he made that little boy walk just to get some cheesecake. To the Combs is currently awaiting his May 2025 trial date at the Metropolitan Detention Center in Brooklyn after his arrest in September of 2024. He's charged with XA trafficking, racketeering conspiracy, and transportation to engage in prostitution. He has pleaded not guilty to the 3 charges. If convicted, he stands to face 15 to life in prison. So the documentary, I believe, starts Tuesday on Peacock.
But I'm gonna tell y'all, no matter what, I might have a little sympathy for him, but I still never liked him. I never liked him. I never liked him. You know how him and JayZ, that's why I can't even, I found a little bit of sympathy because he, went to a Catholic school. But still, when you grow up, you know the difference between right and wrong.
Yeah, pretty much.
They wasn't on the slow bus. Yeah.
And speaking of JayZ, I was reading this article about this police chief, in Kansas City, Kansas, who had a history of SAing black women in the town that he was over. His name was Roger Golubsky, and they are calling him a kingpin. So let me introduce you and tell you a little bit about Robert Golubsky and how this story is connected to JayZ, right? So Golubsky was a former Kansas City, Kansas police detective. He and 3 others was indicted for conspiracy to hold young women in involuntary servitude and forcing them to provide actual service. That's pigland, y'all. Figure it out. Actual say. So a federal grand jury in Topeka, Kansas returned a 3-count indictment unsealed, charging former Kansas City Police Department Detective Roger Golubsky and 3 other men, Cecil Brooks, Lamarck Robeson, and Richard Robinson, with conspiring decades ago to hold young women in a condition of involuntary actual servitude. Brooks, Robeson, and Robinson are also charged in a substantive count with holding a young woman identified as person 1 in a condition of involuntary servitude. And Brooks, Robeson, and Golubsky are charged in a substantial count with holding another young woman, person 2, in condition of involuntary servitude. They had these women out here. They was pimping them. They was blackmailing them. They was pimping them amongst one another. They was pimping them to other men. They had a SA ring. According to the indictment from 1996 to 1998, Brooks provided a location at some apartments in Kansas City where young women were held and where Brooks, Robinson and Robinson used physical beatings, SA, and threats to compel young women to provide actual sex services to men. Then Detective Golubsky is alleged to have accepted money from Brooks, provided protection from law enforcement from the criminal activity, including XA trafficking, and forcibly ape and raid the young women identified, or the young woman identified as person 2. Right? I hope y'all is following along. I got a couple of more paragraphs that I want to read. The first count of indictment charges all 4 men with conspiring to hold young women, including person 1 and 2, in a condition of involuntary servitude. The second count charges Brooks, Robeson, and Robinson with holding person 1 in involuntary servitude and forcing her to provide services, actual services, to them. If convicted, each man faces a maximum sentence of life in prison. Anything you want to say before I continue? Because we're going to get to how JayZ is involved in this.
Girl, you know, why is like I said, I don't know what words we can say, but why are men still PROS, that word, us out? They're still making money off our bodies.
And they say it's the oldest job in the book.
Yeah, that's the oldest profession.
The oldest profession in the book.
The oldest profession. The oldest profession in the book.
So Robert Golubsky, this detective, days before his trial, his day where he was to be convicted, they found him on his back porch unalive with 2 wounds to his temple.
Oh, so Lord, they unalived the man so he couldn't tell who was in charge.
Lord. This man who had been violating these women for years, these poor black women. One woman, he even waited till he locked his son up falsely. This man served 23 years in prison falsely because of Roger Golubsky. Soon as he had his son sent away, he started SAing the mother. Now, I kept on reading this article about Robert Golubsky and came across JayZ's Team Rock. JayZ's Team Rock that was formed from Rock Nation. They sued Kansas City, Kansas for records related to alleged police misconduct. The Hip Hop Moguls Company and the Midwest Innocence Project want a court to compel Kansas City to comply after claiming it has stonewalled them for a year. I didn't understand it at first, but I'm going to keep reading to see if you understand it. JayZ's Team Rock the social justice arm of his Rock Nation Entertainment Company, filed a lawsuit Tuesday, or well, not Tuesday, but this article was written in November of 2024. But they filed a lawsuit. That was just a few months ago, now that I think about it, claiming that Kansas City, Kansas has violated public records laws by failing to timely produce law enforcement records related to decades-long allegations of police abuse and misconduct. I'm like, what do they have to do with this? I couldn't figure it out. What do they have to do with this? But for some reason, they the ones that are pushing to get some filing from the police department, from the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department. The suit is in partnership with the Midwest Innocent Project, and it says the Kansas City Police Department has not released substantial documents related to complaints pertaining to current and former detectives and officers after Rock Nation submitted a records request in November of 2023. With JayZ going through what he's going through, his company is suing to get some type of documentation from the Kansas City Police Department, from the Kansas City, Kansas Police Department. They're trying to get the police department to release substantial documents related to complaints pertaining to current and former detectives and officers Now, a lot of these officers were accused, I'm assuming, of XA trafficking. For decades, communities in Kansas City, Kansas, particularly minorities and immigrant communities, have been subjected to an alarming pattern of abuse and other stories or serious misconduct by the KCKPD. According to the suit filed by Team Rock Nation. Rather than promoting a culture of transparency and accountability, the KCKPD has a long history of turning a blind eye to, at best, and even covering up, if not worse, abusive and or corrupt conduct by its officers. I just find it ironic that JayZ's company, Team Rock, is involved in cases involving young women being essayed, young women being trafficked. With all the things that he's going through, I just find it ironic that his company is the ones that's investigating these things. The article says the complaint against the Kansas City Police Department and the unified government of the county, Kansas City, Kansas, alleges they have stonewalled the plaintiffs for almost a year. As part of its request under the Kansas Open Records Act, the plaintiffs said they were initially charged $2,200 in fees, which they agreed to pay. But to date, according to the plaintiffs, the 225 documents provided are mostly personal locator records showing officer shifts and assignments, and smaller handful consisting of training materials. In other words, they didn't get what they were supposed to get. They gave them something totally different. The city's police force has come under scrutiny over allegations of corruption and civil rights violations in recent years. Activists have called for a broader federal investigation, particularly in light of the alleged abuses under former Kansas City Police Detective Robert Golubsky. Robert Golubsky is the man on the screen. That's the one that was
You know
violating
what?
poor black women, rape. He was
Check
taking
this out.
advantage of them. Go ahead.
I remember seeing your headline. You said, "What in the heat of the night is going on here?" And I see why you said it, because he
Exactly.
sure looked like that man.
Exactly. So, in an interview with NBC News, Team Rock's managing director, her name is Dana Diaz, said they only received personal documents related to 3 out of 16 requests, and some requests have not been sufficiently answered in a reasonable amount of the time of law. I still don't quite understand what's happening. I still don't quite understand it. I was listening to Lord Jamar and Dewan B. Dewan B was on Lord Jamar's panel the other day, and Dewan B mentioned Dana Diaz. He mentioned her. I meant to cut that out and play it so I could play it. And he said that she was the police. But according to this article, she is Team Rock's managing director. Team Rock is a branch off of Rock Nation, which is JayZ's company we all know. And I still don't understand. The best I can get from it is that Team Rock, they help people or women who's being taken advantage of by, police departments or whomever. And I just find it ironic how JayZ is kind of attached to this.
I'm a hustler, baby,
His Rock
and I just
Nation.
want you to know it ain't where I've been, but where I'm about to go. He told you. He told you what he was.
This
He hustling everything.
this company is
Girl, look at the snakes
suing
in his head. And you know
the
what?
Boosie.
I want to say this because I do know that that's a hairstyle from some of our cultures, from some of the ancestors. But for me, for a person like him to be wearing that, um, those are snakes in his head to me. Snakes, because he's a snake. And I did not ask for this. I don't want nobody to be talking about, I shouldn't be talking about black people. I'm going to talk about whoever I want to talk to. When we get older, we're supposed to do better. He's trying to buy his way out of a situation that he's created. It's his time now. I hope all of y'all listeners can understand that one day you gonna pay for the wrongdoing that you done did to people. See, that's why I don't try to be this terrible person, cause I know we done lived and seen karma come back. Hell, I done had it come back on me, and you know what? When it came back on me, I said, "That's what I did." So y'all think it's a joke out here and think we talking crazy? Keep on. That's all I got to say. I'm doing my duty as an elder
And so
to tell
you
y'all this.
remember
Let me mute my mic.
Oh, I'm sorry. Go ahead.
No,
Oh,
I
so
was
you
just saying.
remember. Go ahead. Go ahead, sis. Go ahead. Say it.
I'm just saying,
Oh,
with everything that's going on and everything that we're seeing, is anybody getting like this stuff ain't right? That's all.
um, y'all know JayZ's alleged son. He's still speaking out. He's been speaking
Mm-hmm.
out for years, trying to get JayZ to
For
give him a
20
sample
years,
so he can
B,
find out whether this is his father or not.
this boy just been
Yeah,
out for 20 years.
and I don't. If you want to go ahead and tell them what the story is, in case those
You go on
listen,
and tell him.
somebody maybe listening who don't know. Okay, well, Ramirez Saddlewaith is a 31-year-old man claiming to be JayZ's son, and he's still urging the music mogul and businessman to partake in a paternity test, which he has yet to receive. He has yet to receive this paternity test, and like I mentioned before, like we mentioned just now, this young man has been trying to figure out if JayZ is his real father because his mother told him so before she passed away. And a lot of people are saying that the reason why JayZ is running from this young man is because his mother was underage at the time. At the time that this young man was conceived, the mother was underage. Hmm. And so they saying that that's why JayZ is avoiding a maternity test, a paternity test. Young man said he don't want no money. He don't want nothing. He said he got his own family now. He's taking care of his own family. He don't want nothing. He just needs to know the truth. And I ain't one to gossip, but if you look at that, he kind of looked like JayZ. He kind of looked like JayZ. Kind of, sort of. He kind of, sort of looked like him. In an interview with Daily Mail published on December 17th, Satterthwaite detailed his ongoing legal struggles, revealing that his late mother, Wanda, told him she allegedly had a brief relationship with JayZ in 1992, which resulted in his birth.
B, that
Uh-huh.
boy is the spitting image of JayZ, and so is that daughter.
Yeah, I also came across an article. I can't remember if I read it or not, but I remember reading the headline at least that said that he and the other daughter that JayZ is well aware of, and he claimed the other daughter that they took a DNA test to see if they were related, and it came out positive that they were related. JayZ need to stop. So because like for over a decade, this young man has been fighting for clarity. He insists he doesn't seek fame or fortune, but simply the truth. He said, if he's not my father, why can't he prove me wrong? He said in a sit down. Go to the courtroom and do what everyone else has to do. I can take a no. I can take big embarrassment. I just can't take him not saying anything. It's not fair. And
But
that's what
check
this
this
young man
out,
is saying.
B.
Go ahead.
Out of all of the stories, and I ain't really no Tasha K fan,
Right.
but Tasha K had this boy and his godmother on there. And let me
Right.
tell you, I believe everything. The woman had all her paperwork.
Uh-huh.
The woman got all her paperwork. Cause see, that's another thing about this punk I don't like. See, he thought he was fooling with some dummies. But see,
Right.
this lady is a professional black woman who, you know, he done tried to take her houses and everything. everything. You dirty son of a gun. Because somebody challenging you because you think you JayZ. And then at one time, when she said on that Ramir's godmother, if y'all get a chance, watch the interview that Tasha K did with Ramir and his godmother. At one time, um, Ramir's godmother said at one time, JayZ asked to raise the boy. Thank God he didn't, because we don't know where that boy would be at now or what they would have done to him. Uh, but, baby, I don't like no man that don't claim they kids. Sorry.
But what is Beyonce saying? If my
He don't
husband
say
had
nothing.
a,
That's why I have no respect for her because, bitch, this shit happened before you.
I
It
would
didn't
want to
happen
know.
during you.
I would
No,
want
but
to know.
they want to live in this picket fence. They want this fairy tale. These are street niggas that was doing like what they did with the culture. They were sleeping with young women, getting them pregnant, and he so happened to made it. Now he don't want to up no money and claim it because he trying to protect his image, and he know all the time he was messing with young girls.
Mm, mm, mm. This young man is also saying that JayZ lied and bribed judges to get over. He said he
Yeah,
been bribing judges for decades.
girl, allegedly, remember when they was getting ready to go to court, girl, he even tried to have them unalived.
Mm, mm, mm.
You mean to tell me you would go by these any means necessary? That's why I believe that victim. You can tell how dirty he is. Now they ain't never said this ain't happened. It couldn't have happened. They're trying
Right.
to put the blame game on the victim, her father, and everything else.
Mm, mm, mm.
JayZ dirty.
This is sad.
It's
This is
sad
really
because
sad.
black men don't take care of their kids. We've been yelling, screaming, hollering. You got a wife hollering for these rappers. You got a wife that know you got these kids out here. She should want to know. Because if she was a true
Right.
woman,
Right.
a real woman, something that came before you, you got no control over.
Right.
And she should be embracing them.
Yeah.
A real woman.
Mm,
A
mm,
real
mm.
woman. Beyonce ain't shit like her mammy.
Mm, mm, mm.
Sorry, but not sorry.
So the article says, despite the backlash of his serious claims, Satterwhite emphasized that he has no animosity towards the father of three. I will never hate JayZ. I respect him for everything he's done, he expressed. This has been a long fight, not just for me, but for my late mom and my godmother. We've endured slander and pain from people saying I'm after JayZ's money, but this isn't about money. It's about truth. Vowing never to give up until he gets some answers about his identity. He added, I'm going to fight until I am not here no more. If it takes another 10 years, another 50 years, I may take this to the grave with me, but everyone can say I fought this until the end. Satterwhite has accused the JayZ's legal team of using technicalities to keep him from partaking in a paternity test. He claims that despite filing multiple lawsuits beginning in 2008, 2 years after JayZ married Beyonce, his efforts have been met with legal roadblocks. Pennsylvania courts ruled against him due to his age at the time of filing, and Satterthwaite alleges Carter's attorneys exploited these rulings to avoid accountability. JayZ has never personally addressed the claims, either to deny or claim them, or confirm them. Following Jay slamming allegations that he aped Ray, that's pig Latin, if you know, you know, that he aped Ray, a 13-year-old, along with Diddy, Satterthwaite publicly wrote, if Mr. Carter values honor and protecting children, he says, if Mr. Carter values honor in protecting children as he claims, he should step forward with transparency. Despite my efforts, Mr. Carter has never written me a letter to me to address these claims, whether to deny or acknowledge paternity, or to address why his attorneys committed this fraud. JayZ has remained largely silent on the matter, and he's very silent because he has not reached out when Vibe magazine or Vibe.com tried to reach out to him. To the I don't even know what to say.
B. No man that don't claim their kids, I ain't got no love for them. I'm sorry. You know, in my little town in Joliet, Illinois, girl, I done seen them like these guys that done took care of other people's kids better than they took care of their own.
Right.
What type of man does that? What type of woman? Especially if you came before. Like I said, during the marriage and all of that, that's a different story. But these kids came before his wife.
Right.
Before. But you know, everybody living a fairy tale. Living a fairy tale, B.
Everybody living that white picket fence fairy tale.
Mm-hmm. And you know what they say about Blue Ivy?
What?
That's allegedly the mistress is Kathy White's baby that come up on a latch.
Wait, what?
Girl, you ain't heard that story?
Say that again. Say it again.
JayZ, and all this is allegedly, had a mistress by the name of Kathy White who was pregnant by him. She come up unalive. If y'all remember when Beyonce had Blue Ivy, they shut down 3 floors in that hospital because they said that allegedly, well, she never gave birth to her. This was Kathy White's. They tried to do all of this stuff. That was this woman's child.
Cause I remember when Beyonce went on one of these talk shows or somewhere, and she went to sit down. She was so-called pregnant. She went to sit down, and her stomach looked like it dropped in her laps, like she had a fake baby bump.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm.
Wow. Just wow. That's all I have for today.
So
I still don't understand I don't quite understand how JayZ's Team Rock company is attached to Robert Golubsky, the In the Heat of the Night looking man,
Mm-hmm.
and this Kansas City Police Department. I don't understand what papers they filed. They sued against the Kansas City Police Department to get papers, and the Kansas City Police Department did not give them the papers. So what papers are they looking for? How long has JayZ had this what are they called? Team Rock, which is a branch off of Rock Nation where they investigate and help women that have been mistreated and SA'd by local
A cover up, a front. Just for the way that JayZ did the Haven, a man that took a bullet for him, a man that went to prison, and you didn't send this man that one penny. You did not make sure his mother was taken care of. This man took a bullet for him, B. Not saying JayZ owe him his life, but he left him high and dry like he done everything else that he touched. Get what he want and he move on. The documentary is called Mercy Made. And everybody knows in JayZ's songs he used to talk about DeHaven. DeHaven was the man. They moved dope together. DeHaven took a bullet for him. DeHaven did time JayZ, didn't he? Moved up and said, fuck you, nigga. I hope Ramir gets the satisfaction. I do believe that, there's no doubt in my mind that this is this boy's, JayZ is this boy's father. I mean, this was a young girl. These were dope boys that was coming, like they used to come up to the high schools, like they used to do anything else, impressing the young girls with the little flashy cars, buying them purses and everything else. And hers happened to turn into a big mega superstar. And you don't want to take care of your kids? I can't do nothing for you, man.
I would want to know who my kids are. I don't know why a man would want to spread himself around like that and not know who his seed is. It just doesn't make sense to me.
Because allegedly now, this set of twins that they had. Now, they say the boy is supposed to be a special needs boy. Now, this is just alleged talk.
What set of twins?
Remember Beyonce had the twins.
Oh, okay, yeah.
They say that boy is special needs. There's no pictures of them. But you don't know, you might need a heart transplant, a kidney transplant,
right,
a bone marrow. You might need these kids to save your other kids. But when you dirty and low down, you don't even think like that. You just think, oh, I'll buy my way.
Right.
And money can't buy everything. money cannot money can't buy you a perfect match sometimes for a kidney transplant or a heart transplant.
Right.
This is how sick JayZ is. They say he's worse than him. Worse than Diddy. And both of their names is Sean.
Right. And they have the same initials.
Same initials, and he want to get on there. Look how he threw him under the bus. Just how he did the Haven, a man that took a bullet. Now he's trying to say, I don't know Diddy. We was just business partners.
Right.
B, that's some low down dirty stuff.
Mm.
But y'all, that's my opinion. I thank y'all for listening to me and my opinion. We just two ladies giving our opinions.
Right.
What I try to do is I try to incorporate things that have happened in my life because it's my duty. The same way my aunts and uncles sat down and talked to me and told me different things about this road of life. You know, we just trying to tell you, baby, karma. I can tell you, karma is the best gangster I know.
Huh.
I haven't been perfect. I did some stuff. And I ain't ashamed to say it. That's why I say, girl, I did some stuff. When
Me too.
when karma hit me, I knew exactly what it took me back to what I had did to somebody else.
Yep.
Some shit you thought you forgot about.
Mm.
Well, some shit you have forgotten about. Karma is the coldest gangster out there. Karma ain't got nothing on Hoover, Frank Lucas, nobody. You think this universe gonna let y'all walk around here and mistreat people like this boy here? All the stuff you done did to him psychologically. Now, if this was, see,
Right.
another thing, what people are mad about, B, too, is if this was a regular man out there, girl, they would have been and hauled this man in court, took a DNA test, been making them pay child support.
Yep.
But because he's JayZ, he gets to walk around. You're a disgrace to the black race.
Mm.
And it's playing out. And you Negroes are defending this man. Instead of y'all saying, real men don't do this. Real men take care of their kids. Real men claim their kids. Even if I got to come home and tell my wife I got an outside child.
Right.
But thank y'all. Thank you, B.
You're welcome.
Um,
Thank you for hopping on the panel. I appreciate it.
no problem. As usual, we learn something every
For
day.
entertainment purposes only. Yep. I just thinking about what's his name? Ramir Saddleworth, the guy that is um says that Jay-Z, he believed that Jay-Z is his father according to what his mother told him. I just don't understand how any man could walk around here and not want to know who his seed is. But we see it all the time. We see it all the time. So today we talked about Roger Galebski, the fallen um, police detective out of Kansas City, Kansas, that did all kinds of unpleasant things to black women for years, for decades. And when he was about to be sentenced, they found him unalived on his back porch. We talked about Diddy's mother and how she threw freak off parties for the neighborhood when they were young, with Diddy and his friends. One of Diddy's friends said any given day they'll walk in Diddy's house and walk into the bedroom and see adults um, having XA. So, you know. And then we talked about Ramir Saddlewaith. That's the young man who says that his mom, before she passed away, told her that JayZ was his father. But he's finding it hard to get JayZ to give him a DNA test. People believe that because at the time his mother was underage. She was like 16 and JayZ was like 22, 23. So, with everything that JayZ is going through, let's see what happens. It's your girl BeeSparrow, BuzzTweet Talk Radio. I want to thank April Showers for jumping on the panel. Make sure y'all continue to stay tuned for more and more and more. Holla at y'all later, all right? Well, all right.